tell everyone what happened at Drake's Spine. And I'm going to need Otto's help.
What is it?
It's the end, is what it is.
Origin, he called it. But the origin of what?
And how the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
What do you think that thing is?
It's a damn distraction, is what it is. Now back to work.
Don't you worry, Sid. I'll still take you anywhere you want, provided it's away from that bleeding eyesore.
Did you know that it was I who convinced His Imperial Highness to join you in Stone here? All right, it may be that he was of a mind to do so already, but it was I who told him where you'd be.
It's not often our entire merry flock returns home to roost at once. I expect I should be wishing you good luck.
There's something about it. I feel like it's calling to me.
I have wronged so many. Ruined thousands of lives. I did not deserve to be saved. But save me, you and your brother did. Your uncle, too, forgave me my sins. Offered me a chance at redemption. Yours is a fine family, Ifrit. Cherish it.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Is this the last of the mother crystals, do you think? Or could there be others buried out there? Is this the last of the mother crystals, do you think? Or could there be others buried out there?
There's nowt like a fuck-off crystal hanging over the horizon to sour your ale.
What can I get you, Sid? Oh, keep your mug handy.
If there's anything special you fancy supping on before you go, I'd be glad to make it for you. As long as it's brown.
Still alive, are you? Go on, then. finished, are you?
First the skies, then the crystal. What next? The advent of Great Griga herself.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Sid's back, isn't he?
Tom said you destroyed all the mother crystals. No, he didn't. There's still the black one up in the sky.
Not a word in this one, either.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the...
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I have a few new notes that might interest you. I have quite the find for you today. What subject shall we consider today?
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport, but as soon as the rebuilding work is complete, I promise to return.
What do I owe the honor? So, will it be? Should last you a good while. That it? Fine.
I did it, Sid. I made friends with all the animals in the hideaway. But you know what I'd really like? My own goblin. Or maybe a marble, or a bomb. But only if it was a big one. That or a bander curl, but not a cactuar. They're too prickly.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our shelves haven't gone bare.
Yes, but how long will it last?
This should tide us over until the new moon.
Drink up, my
A
little
few
darling.
more of these, and the Deadlands will seem less dead.
Without sun, these leaves should have withered long ago.
But we've found a way. Life has found a way.
I'll see that you're properly watered and manured, Martel. For as long as I'm able.
These flowers are beautiful. You're doing...
A few more of these, and the Deadlands will seem less...
You needn't worry about the backyard, Sid. We're here, so you don't have to be.
Whatever should I write next?
Miss Shirley! Miss Shirley! I want to learn how to build an airship so I can fly up to the Dark Crystal and crack it.
That's very nice, Jocelyn. But perhaps you could start with your sums?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
So,
One moment you think you've freed the realm from her fate. The next, a darker one rears up to replace it. What awaits us when we finally attain release? True freedom? Or something else entirely?
Has Mitadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied, but then again, when isn't she?
Clive, if you need the Enterprise, just say the word. As long as the word isn't fly. She can't do that.
That crystal certainly don't bode well. But just think of all the secrets it must hold. Here, if you're planning on going up there, you could bring a bit back for me, could you?
All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion. When all along he was here, standing right beside me.
It couldn't have been easy for her making the journey from Ash. What with her belly so fat?
You'd be surprised the lengths a mother is willing to go for her child.
You nearly collapsed back there. It's just a touch of the vapors. I'll be fine.
These skies are taking their toll on the hideaway, Clive. I can mend a broken arm, but a broken spirit is beyond my talents.
Ty's tea stopped the fits. I only hope they stay stopped.
These skies are taking their toll on the hideaway, Clive. I can mend a broken arm.
Thank you, my lord, for taking me in. Everyone here has been so kind. It reminds me of home.
What will it be today? How may I help you today? Very good.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. That'd mean the crystal is...
massive. Aye.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Always something in there. Clive! I don't mean to be... They need all the help. You off then?
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder, and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well...
The Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canberra is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the Cursebreakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset.
Unless you've taught our chocobos how to fly, I won't be scouting this one for you, Clive. You're on your own, but not alone.
Welcome back, Sid. Don't be a stranger, Sid.
Always one more job to do, isn't there, Clive?
There is much to consider.
Believe me, Clive, I would fly with you to Origin, nay, to the end of the world. If I could.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're going somewhere, Sid? Can we come? I promise we'll be good.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resistant?
Good morrow to you, my friend. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. You are always welcome, Clive.
First the skies, then the crystal.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out. Well, you can.
You be careful up there. But if you happen to snag your britches on anything...
Do you think they'll come back?
Of course they will. It's just a big crystal. How hard could it be?
How the hell is Sid gonna deal with that? What do you think that thing is?
It's a damn distraction. Sorry. Can't take you where you need to get to. But the Argo and me'll be waiting when you get back.
Do
Do you think they'll come back?
Of course they will. It's just a...
There's something about it.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away.
Take as long as you need, Clive. Just don't take too long, eh?
You nearly collapsed back there.
Until the skies have cleared, more and more will fall to its curse. I will do what I can, but...
Stop the fits. I only hope they stay stopped.
Thank you, my lord, for taking me in. Everyone here has been so kind. All this time.
It's been easy for her making the journey from Ash.
You know I'd give anything to follow you up there to that crystal. Give me a few more years and I might even be able to take you there myself.
That crystal certainly don't boot well.
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
So, there's a new mother.
Else could it be?
Passing over it, won't see the One moment, you think you've freed the realm from her fate.
Do you think Sid will tell us about his adventures in Ash?
I doubt it. I heard he's leaving again. Well, then maybe when he gets back.
When you return, would you mind teaching the children another lesson? They did so enjoy your last.
But with a happy ending,
When you
of course.
return, would you mind teaching the children another lesson? They did so enjoy your last.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
I did it, Sid. I made friends.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want?
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be, but a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is, if Everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. Are you certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Take as much time as you need, brother. Something tells me Ultima.
Say your farewells, and let us be gone.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
this time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Clive? Do you have a moment?
Of course. Always.
I wanted to give you something.
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. The piece she said you liked best. I told her I used to enjoy needlework, but I didn't think she'd remember.
It's beautiful, Jill. You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I recall my mother telling me that young ladies of the court would give knights ribbons from their hair before they went off to war. I still wear mine, so I made you this instead. White is the color of faith. Faith in your friends, your family, your purpose. Unblemished, unfeigned. Just like my faith in you.
Our faith. May it ever steer us true.
And may it ever bring you back to me. I will always, always be here.
Thank you, Jill.
It's not time yet, is it? Somewhere in the back of my mind. I know. Thank you. And so for now... I'm always with you, Clive.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport.
You all right? About that. Oi! Let's see. You off then?
If there's anything special you fancy supping on before you go, I'd be glad to make it.
Though I suppose he's the Emperor now.
The Emperor? Here in our hideaway?
You don't mind him, I believe.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're going somewhere, Sid? Can we come?
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more as...
Good morrow to you, my friend. Ah, yes. Indeed. Then, fare thee well, my friend.
First the skies, then the crystal.
To what do I owe the honor? Crack the crystal? Not a very good one. But then... So, what'll it be? And?
Is there out you need?
It's hardly everything.
And I will. You can count on me.
Be seeing ya.
I did it, Sid. I made friends with all the animals in the hideaway.
See what you will. Aaron has seen our son.
This shit tired us over.
You needn't worry about the backyard, Sid.
A few more of these and the deadlet.
These flowers are beautiful.
I'll see that you're properly watered and manured, Martel.
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression on the children.
When you return,
Inspired them all to become
would you
writers
mind
themselves.
teaching the children another lesson?
We'll need to find some more parchments then.
When you return, would you mind teaching the children another lesson?
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
You're not leaving already, are you?
Make a name for yourself.
You better bloody had to and all. Be seeing you, Clive.
That crystal certainly don't boot well.
So there's
One moment you think you've freed the realm from her fate.
I will not let them be forgotten.
All this time.
An empty shelf is like an empty heart. It must first be filled to bring one joy.
You nearly collapsed back there.
It's just
Feeling ill? What I truly like would teach her medicine. And no sooner have your wounds mended. While I may not have Gav's no, that's what I'm worried about.
I do.
Take care.
Ty's tea stop the fizz.
Thank you, my lord, for taking...
Yes, my lord? My lord,
I am.
I do not doubt it.
Thank you.
May you return. I prithee do not risk yourself unduly.
If you've got something to ask, ask. Might be time to take a step back. But if it weren't for Sid...
No.
Is that right? I know you'll do right by us, Clive.
What will it be today? Well, Clive.
I am.
Naturally. I shall. I do so enjoy our little chats.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. I don't mean the crystal is
Massive. Clive! You watch yourself out there, all right?
Oh, I wasn't expecting. I'll be here waiting.
You be careful up there. But if you happen to snag your britches on anything, be sure to...
How are you doing? Quick look.
A fortress? And who'll pay for that?
I'll take my chances in the wild before I let some noble take any more of my coin.
We'd have our coin, our stock and our stalls, and we're just supposed to hand the whole lot over?
What other choice do we have?
I swore to protect this town, and the people I love. I don't need a uniform to do that.
What did the Duke expect? That the merchants would just smile and hand over the keys to their coffers?
You've heard then. The Duke plans to make Northreach a fortress, and would have the townspeople pay for it. We are not only to build his walls, but feed his army and fill his stores, all for the privilege of living under his rule.
What does the dame have to say about all this, I wonder?
Surely she can't allow it.
The Duke might have soldiers at his beck and call. Us common folk follow the dame, no one else.
The way things are going at the garrison, it'll be up to us to defend the town soon.
With what? Some carrots and a collar of brawn?
What's the point in us staying here, then?
The Duke only wishes to see us all safe, and he cannot do that without coin. I don't see what's so difficult to understand.
And I don't see you turning out your pockets.
I would speak with this Duke about the demands he's made of me and my fellow traders.
Yeah? And why would he want to speak with you? Now piss off.
Saw the captain just now. Wasn't wearing his uniform.
Because he handed it in along with his sword. Said he'd find a better way to protect the town.
Hang the Duke and his bloody garrison. The bastard's naught but a craven who'd rather hide behind his toy soldiers than fight.
captain wants 2 score pikeheads and as many swords as you're able to muster.
And I want a new bearer who can keep my forge fired. Looks like neither of us are getting what we want.
One at a time now. There's enough for everyone.
Thank you. We won't forget this.
We don't have much, but the dame had us empty the Vale's larders to see these poor souls fed. Because that is what we do.
How long will it take to repair Caernarvon?
That depends, your lordship. Much of the fort will need rebuilding entirely.
A whole day to dry some bloodied linens.
If you ask me, it's about time they made a few sacrifices. We're the ones risking our lives.
Oh yeah, but...
And from the pot came a terrible cry. Give me an elixir! Give me an elixir!
And did they give him one?
The Lord.
What say you then? Will you stand with me against my father?
Of course we will! This is our town!
Philippe is gone. Who's our new captain? One of the Duke's guard, most likely.
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
None worth mentioning. They're staying put for now.
Hang the Duke and his...
Saw the captain just now.
Your town needs you. I need you.
But the Duke would have me clapped in irons.
I mean, it'd be nice if we could all do whatever the hell we wanted and not end up being torn to shreds by a swarm of fiends. But we can't, so we've got to make sacrifices, just like the Duke of Oriflamme says.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole of Northridge.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine. And it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together. The task of organizing the town watch has been taken up
a fortress?
The Dame actually cares about this town.
Coin, our stock and our...
So you are content to abandon... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town. Nice try. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. Help me, boy. Nice try. To me, boy! Well done, Torgal. That hurt, Torgal. Help me, boy. To me, boy. Well done, Torgal. That hurt, Torgal. Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. Are you all right?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, that's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople. Stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Griga wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griga.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
Oh, fuck. No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I've fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
fighting begins, we can take refuge in the barracks. We'll be safe there.
I have served the Duke for many years, and I hope to do so for many more. But I cannot turn my back on these people. Our people.
And we'll be ready for them. We've got ointments and linens aplenty.
See that you come back safe, Clive. And we shall do everything we can to ensure the town is still here.
Merciful Creaker, wherefore would you forsake me?
Father.
I want steel in the hands of every man or woman willing to fight.
If any get by, you can trust we'll be here to meet them head on.
We can help with the wounded.
Hopefully you won't have to.
This is not a tale, children. The monsters are coming. We have to hide.
What about the knights? They'll save us, won't they?
Good people of Northreach, may this song be your courage. Be our sword and shield, our banner, silken veil.
If fight I must, then fight I shall. For us.
As I knew you would.
Those with the worst wounds are to be treated here. See that the beds are made up.
I hear they're handing out swords at the barracks.
Are these all the weapons you've got? If you don't mind a few nicks and some rust, I might be able to round up.
And you're here to fight?
If you'll give us swords.
We're ready. Tell us where you want us.
There's linen for bandages and wine for courage.
What's all the commotion?
Town's going to war. You can help, or you can get out of the way.
Where are the bastards?
You can leave the south in my hands, Clive. If I can leave the north in yours.
The more of us there are, the better chance we have of driving the fiends off.
We can fill the pots with pitch and throw them from the walls.
Burn the bastards where they stand.
We'll hold the main gate or die trying.
We'll start preparing poultices for the injured.
Do you see anything you like? Come back again.
If any get by, you can trust we'll be here to meet them.
This is more like it. Come on then. Test me. It's only just begun. That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His Radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your Ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The Dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
Can we get you anything?
A room at the Ville would be nice.
Thanks for standing with us.
I'm sorry we didn't sooner.
You too are a friend of Madame Isabel's, are you not? The sellsword won over to the cause by her brave example.
I only wanted what was best for Northreach, for Sanbreque, and...
Thanks for your help, Clive. We couldn't have done it without you. Now all we need is for their eminences to start pulling their weight.
Our scouts told us how many of those things you put down. We're in your debt.
There's no need to worry any longer.
One of the dames, aren't you? Leave it to her to spot an able body.
Now, what story would you like to hear next? The one in the coffer! All right then. There once was a dragon with scales as white as snow who hid inside a strongbox.
saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
They'll be well taken care of.
We did it! Kiss me.
This the last one?
Just a little further.
Will you lend me a hand? They're still injured in the markets.
Of course.
We'll have your blades oiled and return to you by nightfall.
Take as long as you need.
When darkness descended.
You held your own out there.
Held me own? I was so scared I could barely hold the piss in my bladder.
The battle is over. How long must I hold this thing?
What were you thinking? You could have been...
We did it. We saved the markets.
Those we didn't slay have fallen back to the hills. I hazard they won't be bothering us for some time.
You should have seen the man. Spin, parry, thrust. A right dervish he was.
Those merchants are a vicious lot. Remind me not to cross them.
You can't call something yours unless you're willing to fight for it. Tinker, tailor, soldier, serf, we all fought for this place. For Northreach. And now no.
We rained fire down on their heads.
And burned them to a crisp.
Will you lend me a hand? They're still injured in the market.
Just a little further.
This the last one?
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
After all you've done for this town.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter. All united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
We have brought Northreach together.
And how might I help the garrison today?
The garrison did away with posting guards here at the wall. Now any man, woman or brand...
This has been the Dame's town for as long as I can remember. No blue blood's gonna change that.
Got any more of those special elixirs?
I might.
Seems the Duke's had a change of heart.
Huh. I doubt he had a heart to begin with. We were worried the peace might be short-lived, but Philippe's promised the watch will keep us safe.
We've got more pips than the Vale's got paps, and they're all just as sweet.
I hear the Duke's agreed to let us keep our land.
For now, at least.
What? Didn't expect to see me here at the gates. I told you, I'm finished with the garrison. The Duke may be a changed man, but my loyalties lie with the Dame.
My father would still insist on asserting his authority over the garrison, when what we need are more men like Philippe in charge. Unfortunately, the captain is content with his position in the city watch. Has the man no aspirations at all?
You take that bread to the garrison.
That fool of a Duke thought he could push the Dame around, but it was her who ended up on top in the end.
As she always does. I hear that's how she likes it.
Looks like you've got a thirst. We can remedy that.
Can you now?
How are we gonna arm the garrison without a forge?
Might be some smiths down south that could do the job, but their bearers will be just as useless as ours now the Fang and the Tail have fallen.
I remember standing here when I was no more than a stripling. The girl's grandfather would tell us tales of dragons and icons. I couldn't wait to leave town in search of adventures like the ones he told me about.
From the sea, a mighty serpent rose, and with a roar that shook the heavens, summoned a swell to swallow the western sands. But, we can finish the rest tomorrow.
Tomorrow? But I want to hear what happens now.
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue-eyed fiends of late.
Perhaps you haven't been looking hard enough.
The garrison may have kept the whites from the walls, but who was it that kept these cobbles swept? Me, that's who.
That armor looks positively stifling. I could have it off before your captain even knew you were gone.
I don't think I ever got the chance to properly thank you for your service. My chamber is just upstairs. You can bring your friend if that's your fancy.
Northreach welcomes you, Clive. For his part, well, why, yes. And who knows? The last few years, hope, belief that we all matter. And should the skies grow even darker? Short and sweet, then.
Do be careful.
I will.
We won the battle, yeah, but those things will come back. And when they do, we'll be ready.
Carla, the Dame needn't worry. I am a man of my word, and I fully intend to keep it. So overzealous was I in my desire to see the Empire restored, that I lost sight of what was truly important. The citizenry.
Those things didn't fight like men. If we're to be ready for them next time, we'll need a different approach.
Agreed. I'll start preparing a new training regimen.
The Duke has pledged to work with the people of Northreach to rebuild the Empire.
Better late than never.
I told the Dame I would take the largest residence in Northreach, yet she outright refused my coin. Some nonsense about having enough space for everyone. Ah.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? It's driving away our...
Lubor has been lying to us from the beginning.
You may have your business interests to consider, my lord.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
Lord Furder has ordered us to keep tracking the bandits' movements, according to Master Lubor's wishes. Though he may not have told us the full truth, Lubor's never given us any reason to doubt him.
None of the stalls were plundered this time, thanks Peter Gilbert. How did your men fare? Any wounded?
The only thing wounded was
I saw the whole thing! The magic flew straight from Lubor's hand, I swear!
Can you believe we were going to make him mayor?
I think we'd better shut up shop for today. Give people one less thing.
Who can say what Lubor is plotting?
Oh, what's the point in encouraging people to have a bath to raise their flag?
Daddy, what happened to
They're
your
sure to be crushed again the moment...
What commotion is this, I ask?
Good day, my lord. Thank you for your custom.
Nothing to report. Same as yesterday.
That should be everything.
Gilbert, take this crystal! I always thought it was the blessing I'd miss if the Fang fell.
The bastard's been lying to us for us.
Why is everyone being mean to Lubor? He didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to go with him.
Why didn't he tell us?
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe, and provided for, and loved. The Hideaway.
Of course. The children will be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned. And they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
What's an Akashic? Lubor told me they're like people, but even meaner and scarier.
You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate. Know your place, bearer.
How long do we have until these Akashic arrive, do you think? There are no Akashic. He's just trying to scare us.
How the hell did that bastard get through the desert gate? Lord Furtis summoned the men to the south gate. We'll be joining him as soon as we're able.
I saw the whole thing. The magic flew straight from Lubor's hand, I swear it.
None of the stalls were plundered this time, thanks, Peter Gilbert.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
What commotion is this, I ask myself.
What happened to your crystal?
Oh, what's the point in encouraging people to help?
We do not know when the Akashic will strike, but we must be ready to face them when they do. So, oil your blades.
That should be everything. Question is, where does Natalie want it?
Gilbert, take this crystal.
This town would not be here were it not for Drake's man.
I always thought it was the blessing I'd miss if the Fang fell, not the miners.
Yes. You could always count on them not knowing the price of dinner.
I heard it was Sid the Outlaw who tracked the Fang. But if that's true...
What's the commotion?
That snake spitting his lies again by the sound of it.
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake. It's no use. They're not going to listen to me. We'll just have to do what we can without them. I should speak to Lord Furder.
I do not know if you are in league with Lubor, or if he has merely filled your head with his lies, but I do know that not a word you say is true.
Enough of your nonsense, Lord Underhill. Leave us be.
You have to listen to me.
You lied about being one of us, and you're lying now.
Know your place, bearer.
What's an Akashi? Lubor told me they're like people.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Furder.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor, I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Lubor is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Run!
Just go!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes!
Go! Come on, then.
Go on, go!
Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Go on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town.
Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going! And you act like it doesn't even exist!
Lubor, we have heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Into the hands of the Watch. They're no use lying around here. Understood.
We will defend Dalamil as best we can, but the town won't be truly safe until the horde at Cheratina has been dealt with. And who better to subdue the League of Outlaws than the king of their kind?
Come, everyone, to the bathhouse.
So they've finally stopped shouting. But you just know that when this is all over, they'll come piling back in here to drink themselves stupid.
And I'll be the first to welcome them. If we're still alive.
Hurly-burly about this time.
The Akashic are coming? Why did I sell that blasted bearer? He could have kept them from me.
Calm yourself. You'll be fine. We just need to hide in the bathhouse until it's all over.
We will defend the town with our lives. The enemy may outnumber us, but they will never outmatch us.
Everything here is for the use of the town watch. Take anything you want.
What are they saying? Something about the baths.
Will we be safe in the bathhouse? Should we not run while we have the chance?
This way! Everyone inside! Quickly!
Mummy? Are the bad men coming again?
It's all right. The town guard will protect us. Let's go inside. It's probably...
Anyone who can't fight, come inside the bathhouse! There's plenty of room!
I may not be a soldier, but I can fight. Please, let me join you.
Gladly. Go and find the men at the north gate. They'll give you a weapon.
Lobor was telling the truth. There is an army of Akashic on its way.
Come, everyone, to the bathhouse.
Good. That will keep some of them out.
Any man sighting an Akashic is to raise the alarm immediately. The messengers will
Be it
see that our
man,
entire
beast, or
force
Akashic.
rallies to that position.
None shall
We
pass.
stand together or we fall alone. Do not forget that.
Dalamil will be safe with us. You have my word.
Let's go.
Faster!
You'll get surrounded.
There's the flood. But what's waiting for us inside? All right. Thanks, Cal. We can't leave a single one alive. The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubo. About the children.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
You were with the Men of the Rock, weren't you?
From bearer boy to mayor of Dalamil. How far Lubor has come, and how richly he deserves it.
Well, I certainly didn't expect it, but Dalamil seems more united than ever. I'll have to redouble my efforts to bring Costness under control. Can't have Lubor showing me up.
I knew they'd change their tune. Dalamil would be lost without Master Lubor.
As they're only too aware. I doubt they'd have accepted any other bearer as their master.
I shall devote my every effort to creating a haven for man and bearer both. Just like a certain someone else I know. Someone to whom I owe a debt of gratitude.
I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor. He'll make a wonderful mayor. You mark my words.
Aye, he served the town well enough, but then he is a bearer, born to serve.
Yeah, it'll taste so much sweeter when you don't have an army of Akashic breathing down your neck.
I know. Thank Gilbert the beast never found their way into our cellars.
I keep thinking back to when we tried to drive Lubor from the town.
Thank goodness we failed. Bearer though he may be, we were fools to doubt him.
A bit of much-needed peace. Not that it will last.
I see you've met with the bearer of the Burning Quill. Then you'll forgive me if I drop the pretense in your presence, my lord. I have served his grace as the Undying's contact.
Everyone's happy again. Just like they were before. No, Wrens. Everyone's even happier than they were before. I knew Lubor would make a good mayor.
I've half a mind to give up tobacco altogether. It's hardly worth the effort it takes to light it.
Let me have yours then. I've been practicing with a flint.
A what?
First the merchants call Lubor every name under the sun. Now they're counting on him to keep us all safe.
Trust them to change tack when they see which way the wind's blowing. And after they had us throwing stones at him too.
I always thought Dalamil thrived all the more for having Kupka watching over us. But now he's gone. It's as if we've stepped out of his shadow.
When I'm older, I'm gonna join the town guard and keep everyone safe.
That's my boy. You grow up strong now and protect your mother.
Nothing to report.
Lubor is a forgiving soul indeed, agreeing to lead us after we doubted him. I fear that I doubted you too, when first we spoke, Lord Underhill. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong.
All the shards around here are as spent as mine, and I don't have anyone to send out to hunt for more. Why, oh, why did I sell my bearer? I could have put him to work. Now I have no choice but to work myself.
You there. How would you like some fresh Gizal greens? 2 bunches for 3,000. I'm practically giving them away.
So now we have a bearer as a mayor. People will flock from all over the realm to see this.
As long as they enjoy the entertainment while they're here.
The fellow who used to run this stall took to his heels right after the Fang fell.
Well, if he returns now, we'll gladly welcome him back. As a customer.
We were set upon by a horde of mindless, murderous Akashic. And yet not a single one of my pieces suffered the slightest scratch. A coincidence, do you think? Or...
I be the mayor when I grow up.
You can, son. So long as you always think of others before yourself. And earn the love and trust of all of those around you.
Come and bathe in our healing waters. They'll fill you full of vim and vigor. Just the thing after a hard day's labor.
So, you're going to join the Watch after all, then?
I am. Working down the mines made me strong. It's time I gave something back.
How about a few spicy sausages to put in your pot, eh?
Drake's
They'll warm
farms are
you up
still
no
selling
end.
well, you'll be pleased to know. Think I'll make Lubor a present of some. Try and get the mayoral seal of approval.
Ginger and ginseng, pimento and pepper, I have it all.
Bearer or no, Lubor saved this town. And I spat in his face.
I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor. I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor.
Well, I certainly didn't expect it, but Dalimil seems more united than ever. I'll have to redouble my efforts to bring Costness under control. Can't have Lubor.
Welcome to the Briar's Kiss. Rosina was the first to realize. I swore that I would avenge her. And he was right. And that's who I'll be. Whoever would have imagined it? No. Well? Everyone was delighted to... As for the rest of us... Long live the cause, eh?
I knew they'd change their tune.
So, your given name is Clive. I heard Lubor use it when he spoke to you. I'll be sure to write to Randalar and propose that Lord Clive Underhill of the League of Merchants be decorated for his services to the Republic.
What do they mean? I never mistreat my bearers.
I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor.
A bit of much-needed peace. Not that it will last.
The ale tastes so much sweeter when you don't have an eye.
Ginger and ginseng.
How about a few spicy sausages to put in your
So,
pot?
you're going to join the Watch,
Come and bathe in our healing water.
The fellow who used to run this stall took to his heels.
When I'm older, I'm gonna join the town guard and keep everyone safe.
Lubor is a forgiving soul indeed, agreeing to lead us after we doubted him. I fear that I
Welcome to Dravoj, Sid. Our gate's always open for you.
You're the one who butchered those Akashic fiends, aren't you?
What do you think? I made myself a pair of bellows, just like Blackthorn's.
I've got a new design for a blade.
I have some things for sale. Here you are. May we meet again. I have some things for sale. I'll take it off your hands. Anything else you don't want? Thanks. I'll take it off your hands. Anything else you don't want? I'll take it off your hands. Thanks. I'll take it off your hands. Thanks. May we meet again.
I've got a new design for a blade. Titan's razor, I call it.
It's good to see the men back at work.
And roast chocolate.
It was a nasty gash that demon gave you.
Ah, Sid. Give that scowling.
Do you think they'll come back?